Hey, Joshua Stickell here. I'm going to read a couple chapters out of my book, The Day It Hit, that I've been writing since 2013. If you enjoy it, make sure you hit like and subscribe. Alright, here we go. The Day It Hit, Chapter 0, Preface, The Dawn of Desolation. Before I begin, I must first inform those who do not know of our history and the series of events that have led us to the beginning of the end, long before there was any hint of a glimpse of the apocalypse. All of this began in an attempt to change the way of life for humanity in this world forever. This all started when two different world-governing hierarching powers were secretly formed to privately decide choices for the better of humanity. All of this according to plan for a larger agenda, to bring humanity together and declare world peace. Though over time as society and civilization advanced into the future, humanity grew restless and tore itself apart with extremely opinionated views, such as racism, sexism, religious beliefs, as well as many other prejudiced beliefs which created social influences such as gangs, mobs, terrorist societies, and many other menacing affiliations which cause crime and trouble in the society today. The extremist views flood the world and cause turmoil through violence, which led to uprising through protests and riots, and then led to war, bringing depression and oppression worldwide until it broke out into 2 world wars. Finally, after a successful attack on all U.S. political, economical, and military infrastructure by destroying the World Trade Center's Pentagon and White House on the day of 9/11/2001. On this day, as the lead hierarching power known as the United Union gathered all of its forces and authorized an all-out nuclear attack on every last one of its lethal threats or enemies as a declaration of world war. After over 4 billion casualties accounted after the war, the only refuge of society is in Prince George, Canada. In Prince George, British Columbia, Canada, where all the outcasts gather after the war. This is where my story begins. Chapter 1, The Day It Hit. Darkness is everything that surrounds me, devouring and engulfing any and all things around me in all directions, closing in all angles. It is all I can see, this aphotic blackness in which I bear utterly no sight except oddly the warm steam seeping from my mouth off my lips into the dense clouds of bone-chilling fog, both pluming and billowing into walls around my current position. My breathing is labored. While I shiver, I can almost hear the slightest of a murmur in the distance. The smog is heavy and almost weighing me down, with how cold it is. My heavy breath is making me sweat, which is making me shiver in the freezing cold. I listen for the gradually growing whispers in the haze as I whip around in circles in the fog until I suddenly stop dead in my tracks when I capture a figure with a complexion darker of that than the shade of our pitch-black surrounding. As I lock with the light glowing eyes of the tall, ominously dark silhouette, the whispers turn to screams. My heart pounds as I breathe heavily, panting as my ears ring, and the figure pierces my soul with its deep, intense, blank stare. Visions pass through my sight like photographs of terrifying memories I haven't had yet. At this moment, I can smell and taste the foulness of the abyss. I can hear the horrid screams of the terror of chaos, I can see the beginning of the end. As I turn to run, I stumble and trip over my own feet and fall past what was the current ground, deep into the fog. While it consumes me, all the commotion comes to a sudden halt, and I now hear my name being called clearly. Romeo, wake up. There's something seriously crazy shit going on. Suddenly, I'm immediately awake. My eyes pop open instantly as my older brother Maxis anxiously shakes my shoulder and urgently calls out my name to me. Alright, well, I guess I'll read more if you guys enjoy it. If not, make sure to tell me. I mean, I know I'm not the best out loud reader, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Peace out.